Well, hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into a daily read for Thursday. We're beginning with a few pre-pulled Sacred Forest Oracle cards, and we're beginning with playfulness. What is this saying for you? I feel this collective has been too uptight, too overly serious, too responsible even. Feeling that this is a time for each of us to break free of that energy, that sort of uptight, stuck kind of energy. Even when you're experiencing movement or seeing movement outside of you somehow otherwise. They're saying being playful, enjoying yourself more is key at this time more than ever, because I feel that at times the happiness just isn't there, or it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes, or you find that things are just affecting you in this happiness in the reversal direction more than ever. You may be feeling a little bit on edge or irritable recently, and Spirit is saying take a deep breath, because things are actually working out in your favor, even in moments when you feel like they aren't. Reminding me of, not too long ago, I was trying to do a reading on the front lawn of my house, the house that I'm living in. If you can remember, if you watch some of my recent readings with the two palm trees behind me, that's the front of the house I'm living in. And so I got all set up, got ready to do my readings, and I just couldn't. There was multiple factors playing into that, one of which was, of course, somebody decided to cut their lawn, leaf blow, right as I started recording, per usual. But regardless, I had to up and migrate and be flexible by coming to the park here, And so as much as that was a little bit annoying, they're saying a lot of it in the heat of the moment, I just redirected, I was redirected rather, and here we are. And I'm more easily able to get the readings done. So they're just saying that sometimes in the moment, or even beforehand, before that moment, doesn't feel ideal, doesn't feel like things are working out in your favor, but sometimes redirection is protection and assistance otherwise. And things are just working out exactly as they're meant to. Just remember that. But I do feel there to be random moments of gratitude throughout this Thursday. And I feel some of which are initiated, sparked by Spirit, right? Because you're maybe needing to be more grateful than ever in that moment. Or maybe you're slipping in the other direction, or just not, stopping and smelling the roses as much as you should be, or could be. But I do feel there are moments where it has nothing to do with Spirit, but you're just randomly grateful for what's at hand. But I do see certain spirits within your team of guides really pushing you to at certain points, if need be. If this doesn't come to be, then great, it wasn't necessary or isn't necessary. But some of you are going to be pushed by a spirit guide of yours to compare to a recent situation. Depending on how your situation, it will vary from case to case as to how far back. But, what you have at hand is not as bad as it feels at times. The imperfections stand out like a sore thumb, maybe, are overshadowing the positives, what there is to be grateful for. I don't know if it was this specific attempt to get this reading done, but in one of the past ones I did explain that my current day living situation, it's fairly new, right? It's a big house. It has its imperfections, right? And living with many people does cause its complications and noise factors and whatnot. But in comparison to where I was right before this, even, in comparison to the glorified situation I had before that, which lasted a bit longer, things could be so much worse, right? But excuse me as I struggle with my voice. It does feel like this is a time period for you where Spirit is saying, be flexible, because it's important for you to be getting your voice out at this time, right? To get your voice out there. Put it out there into the universe. Say what you're meant to be saying. Maybe you're somebody like myself where you're a direct messenger from Spirit, allowing Spirit to work through you, to speak through you, to assist others in that sense, right? But let's move on to the tarot portion of the reading. I feel like I've been stumbling a bit to speak today. What else is new? What else do we have for Thursday? The color green is significant. The color green. There's a pointing out of somewhere very small that you lived in the past. I know exactly which one it is for me. I stayed for a month in Los Angeles in this small sort of back room situation. And so whatever that small living situation was for you, there's a significance in regards to remembering it. I'm hearing, what did you do to make best of that situation, even though I feel in the moment, or for the majority of which, you didn't have to make the best. Anyways, the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords, because they're saying where restriction lies, get ready for ending, get ready for completion, get ready for change and adjusting in your favor. Where there has been restriction in the past, haven't you experienced ending, adjusting, change in your favor? Yes. Whether it felt partially or fully within your control or not. Sometimes Spirit has to create tower moments, but it feels like whatever this is representing for you, we're needing to understand that this time around, you're going to be in full control of this decision. Doesn't mean Spirit isn't guiding you up until that point. Doesn't mean Spirit isn't going to be this strong influence to make sure that this transitions in the way it's meant to, changes in the way it's meant to. But I feel Spirit is saying, once this happens, changes, and it could be more than one thing for you, so be it. They're saying you're going to be a lot happier. You'll be enjoying yourself more. There will be more gratitude alive within your energy field, even though I feel, at least at certain points, to an extent, you are grateful. But they are saying that change at times is a must, and that you have been continuing or putting up with what has been restricting you for way too long. Enough is enough. But the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, because it feels like, my friend, you go through this sort of day-to-day act of doing what you know you have to do, right? Being responsible once again, which at times can lead to some uptight energy like we've been speaking upon. In these mundane routines, tasks, responsibilities, once again, the expected, the created even, is going to stress you out at certain points, because Spirit wants you to switch it up. I get there are certain factors of your day-to-day life that you can't control, working that job, and maybe that's part of what needs to change in the future. But I do feel that you're going to need to recognize and remember where your control lies, and how you can adjust the way you're going about this and that, the way you're flowing throughout, or maybe you're not flowing at certain points throughout this period, and create this peace. All right? Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over, accepting the same thing over and over, and expect peaceful, successful results. You may be successful in the end regardless, but I don't feel that you will achieve, and haven't been achieving, that full enjoyment, peacefulness, happiness. And you deserve it. You know what I mean? And so this is going to be a time where certain things start to shift and change for you in order to make sure that you are the best version of yourself, that you're living the best reality that you should be, that you once again deserve. And so they're asking you, what new passionate beginnings lie ahead for you that you're aware of? What new passionate beginnings do you wish to spark and see come to fruition for you that you're not aware of, that you don't see as a concrete given for the future, right? Something to be completely expected. But they're saying, start to, as a manifestor, as a co-creator, expect very positively, optimistically, what you don't know or see completely lying ahead, and then watch it come to be. And so they're saying this is a time for you to accept what is temporary and should not or cannot be changed, while changing your current day reality to better now and more so moving forward, your path more so moving forward. Does that make sense? I don't know if that was the best wording, but they're also saying if something holds bad energy, or even if it didn't right before that, allow for yourself, push yourself to take a step away and sail towards better energy. And then if need be, if you can, come back when things feel adjusted in the energy department, all right? For, I want to say, more than one reasoning. But I do feel as if they're saying, throw it up in the air, enjoy yourself more once again, be happy, be the healing version of yourself, be peaceful, and make the changes that you know you individually need to make, all right? Spirit is saying very clearly, things, my friend, need to change, and you know that, all right? So just do it. So I hope these messages were truly helpful for this upcoming Thursday. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will see you in your next daily read. Take care.